The Knicks continue to make moves, adding talent to this roster as they deal with injuries. Earlier today, we reported that Leon Rose made a move to sign Daquan Jeffries to a 10-day contract. We thought we were done with that there. However, that's not the case. Leon Rose made another move. He signed the power forward/center to a 10-day contract. We're going to break down exactly who he signed, why he signed this player, and what this means for the New York Knicks as we try to get to the postseason. All of this and so much more today. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now. And make sure you have notifications turned on so you don't miss a second of the new content. And now, let's get started. The Knicks continue to add multiple players to the roster. As mentioned earlier, the New York Knicks officially added Daquan Jeffries to a 10-day contract. We already know about that move. We understand why they did that. For me, that move was more about Julkius Randle and the fact that he was not going to be available when everybody thought he was going to be available. But this next move, for me, likely has more to do with Mitchell Ribinson, and that has to do with this player's position, power forward/center. Let's take a look at the report and see exactly who the New York Knicks recently signed. According to NBA.com, the New York Knicks have announced today on March 14th that they are signing power forward/center Mamadi Diakite to a 10-day contract. Now, I could stop there, but why do that? There's so much more information. Let's talk about this kid a little bit, explain to you where he's been, what he's done, and what he can give the New York Knicks if he gets any type of playing time. According to NBA.com, Diakite, 27 years old, 6'9", 228 pounds, returns to New York after spending time with Westchester earlier this season, where he averaged 13.5 points on 47% shooting, 7.5 rebounds, and 2.5 assists over 30.3 minutes in 6 games, 3 starts, again, for the Westchester Knicks. This is a little bit more background on the New York Knicks' latest signing. I'm not going to go through all of these points, but if you like, you can pause the video right here and read through it and then continue. However, I want to mention one point here that I think is very important. The New York Knicks signed this kid. In 2019-2020 for ACC, he was all defense. That same year, he was all ACC second team as well, too. He averaged 13.7 points and 6.8 rebounds over 32.8 minutes in 30 games, all starts. But this next point is going to explain why, if he sees any time under Tom Thibodeau, he could become a Tom Thibodeau favorite. I want to caution here, these are G League numbers, but what he did in the G League explains the type of player that he is. He recorded a season-high 25 points on 85.7% shooting, 11 rebounds, 4 blocks, and 2 steals over 28.4 minutes against the Rio Grande Valley Vipers on February 14th in 2024. I understand it's G League numbers, and sometimes G League numbers don't matter. But here's the thing that does matter. It's the game that I look at, what he does when he's on the floor. He rebounds, he gets a lot of blocks, he gets a lot of putback dunks because clearly, given his field goal percentage, he's near the rim a lot of the time. And during that game where he went off, he showcased his skill set and what he can do. And that's why, in my opinion, if he finds time under Tom Thibodeau, Thibodeau will love him because of his size, because of his athleticism, but also he likes to rebound. He likes to block shots. He likes to be in the paint area. And if he can get a putback dunk, he's going to go for it. He can get a layup, he's going to go for it. But if he can also grab the rebound and get a second chance opportunity for the Knicks, he's going to do that too. And that right there is exactly what Tom Thibodeau wants and loves from his big man. He wants you to go out there, play with hustle. If you see any ball down low and you're in the paint, you have to jump for it. You have to get it. And you have to give the New York Knicks another opportunity. That's at the very least what you have to do if you're out there. And I think this kid could do it because everybody in that rotation for the New York Knicks has shown me next man up mentality is real. If you buy into Tom Thibodeau, what he's doing and what he's preaching, you're likely going to get minutes. And who knows, you could be impactful as well, too. This kid has all the right tools, has the skill set, and even has the size. He could be a perfect Tom Thibodeau player if he's given the minutes. I just don't think that's going to happen given all the players the Knicks have right now and the fact that they're going to get healthy. But it says something that the New York Knicks went out and signed this kid. He's a power forward / center. So it gives you help for Julkius Randle, and to an extent, it gives you help for Mitchell Ribinson. Those are your two guys that are out right now. They might be out for the next few weeks because neither of those two have taken contact yet. They have not taken full contact, and they have not been cleared for full contact yet. Mitchell Ribinson is running, he's jumping, he's shooting. Julkius Randle is basically doing everything you can do besides taking full contact. I believe the quote from Tom Thibodeau was that Julkius Randle is currently doing controlled contact, which essentially means he knows what's going to happen before it happens. Because he knows what's going to happen, he hesitates a little bit when he knows contact is going to be coming to that shoulder. And that's something he has to shake off. You have to gain confidence and enough strength in that shoulder to know if you take a hit, you're going to be okay. If he doesn't have the confidence right now, which is clear he doesn't, because if he did, he would try to go out there and try to take that contact. The fact that the medical staff doesn't even want to clear him to do that means they don't even have faith in Randle at this point in time to take the contact and not have an issue. Because if they had even a little bit of faith, they might have progressed him along just a little bit. But that doesn't seem to be the case, because it seems like he's doing the same type of drills he has been doing for the last few weeks. The controlled contact portion is the only nuance to the entire thing. And when you're breaking down and understand exactly what it is, it's not really contact. You know what's coming. You're prepared for it. The thing about basketball is you have to prepare for the unexpected. That's why you train your body like that, because you want to make sure you can take any type of contact, get back up, and be available for your team. I know that's what Julkius Randle wants to be, but if he comes back and uses that shoulder improperly, maybe he tries to create space with that shoulder, as he often does, hits that shoulder incorrectly and does more damage to it, he could be out for a longer period of time. Or if he was putting off that surgery till the offseason, he might have to rush it forward a little bit because he did some harm to that shoulder. That's the risk of coming back with that type of dislocated shoulder. And I think Randle knows that. The medical staff knows that. His camp knows that. It's all about longevity for Randle, but he also wants to come back and make an impact. But if he doesn't want to get surgery regardless, and he's determined to come back, the only way that should happen is if he can take contact to that shoulder without grimacing in pain, and if he can play through it and play on. If he can't, he shouldn't come back. Because let's face it, in the NBA, whether players are going to tell you or not, some players are going to target that shoulder. Other players are going to say it was an accident. Either way, it's going to get hit a lot more than necessary. And if that happens, I don't know if Randle can take it. I don't know if he can handle it. He's a strong guy. Of course, he can go through any type of pain. But how consistently can he go through that pain without doing more damage to the shoulder? That's the thing. Maybe he can deal with the pain, but how long can he deal with those type of hits without doing more damage? It's all about his career, his longevity. You don't want him to have to sacrifice his career just for one single season. That doesn't make sense. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Julkius Randle and the New York Knicks moving forward. If I was a betting man, I would put all of my money in the basket of Julkius Randle comes back, at least during the regular season. Maybe it's the final few games, but I do see Randle coming back this season, especially during the postseason. He's going to have an impact there as well, too. When you know you're going to be out Julkius Randle, Mitchell Ribinson for an extended period of time, you're going to need more size, you're going to need more depth, and you're going to still try to float along, win as many games as possible until those guys return. That's why the New York Knicks did 10-day contracts. They didn't sign these guys for the rest of the season. They signed them to 10-day contracts. Just enough time to give Julkius Randle, Mitchell Ribinson, Isaiah Hartenstein, and anybody else who needs a little bit more time of recovery to get that added time. So that way they can come back fully healthy, 100%. And that way it's a benefit to the Knicks team, not a hindrance. If they come back not healthy and they only play a few games and then they go out again with significant pain, significant injury, and they miss more time, is that going to help the Knicks or hurt them? That's an easy answer. It's going to hurt the Knicks. That's why making sure they're 100% with no issues, no obstacles is the way to go. If signing these two players is going to help the Knicks do that, I'm okay with that. For me, it's another clever move by Leon Rose and the New York Knicks. Amid all of these injuries, some front offices could panic. They could fold. They could make rash decisions. Not Leon, not this Knicks front office. They make the right decisions. They make decisions very calmly, very patiently. They wait, they look around, and they try to understand their situation and the situation going on around the league. And once they have all that information, that's when they make a decision. I've been waiting for a front office to do this since I was a Knicks fan. And I finally can say Leon Rose and this Knicks front office has achieved that for me. They've also given me the best Knicks team I've ever seen in my life. For all of that, thank you, Leon. Thank you, Worldwide West. Thank you, Gerson Rosas. And thank you, the entire Knicks organization, for coming together and making the decisions that we need to make. Whether they're very big decisions or very small decisions like these signings here, they all matter at the end of the day. They all signify something that the New York Knicks are trying to do. These moves are no different. But what about you guys? What do you think about the New York Knicks signing Mamadi, Diakite, and Daquan Jeffries, both to 10-day contracts? Let me know in the comments below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans. Peace.